Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Just recently on Twitter, as I was scrolling, I happened to go across this Dead by Daylight news Twitter feed that essentially is the developer update for what's coming up in the near future. And some of them are, or rather everything, is included that was previously discussed by the developers earlier in the month. And one of the most notable changes are Dead Hard, which is right in front of us. So the new change is basically it's going to give you an endurance stats effect. So let me go over and just read it for y'all. Dead Hard is by far the most used perk by survivors, and it's easy to see why. In the right hands, it acts like a third health state, which is pretty true, especially if you use it for distance to get to windows and pallets, allowing a survivor to escape a situation where they would otherwise go down. There are two main ways Dead Hard is used: to dodge a hit, yes, and for a distance, which I just mentioned and listed off. In the latter case, there's not much a killer can do, especially for M1 killers, I have to say. Therefore, Dead Hard will now provide the endurance stats effect for 1 second when activated, so if you time it right, you'll prevent the killer and gain a movement speed instead. This will remove Dead Hard for distance, and make it solely used to dodge hits, which killers can anticipate and also bait accordingly. So this is actually a really interesting change. I did notice just now that it doesn't list any cooldown to its exhaustion status effect, which is normally 40 seconds at tier 3, so I'm interested to see if it's going to remain an exhaustion perk, or it's going to get a separate timer and just become its own category of perk where it has its own separate cooldown. So this is a pretty cool and interesting, I guess, effect. Now, I'm mainly a killer player, and I have to say, I like this change. I no longer have to worry about playing an M1 killer and just not having the ability to down a survivor because they use Dead Hard to get distance on me to where I just can't get them because they've reached a pallet or window. I will say this is going to remove a lot of the fun that a lot of content creators and people use Dead Hard currently for, so I think it's just going to be mainly used by high-skilled players in order to gain the endurance status effect. But 1 second, it's pretty short, but I can see why, considering that's basically how long the speed boost of it is. It's going to be an interesting change overall, so I'm interested to see how it's going to be on live servers or in a PTB in the upcoming future. Anyways, I'll be including a link down below to the developer update, so y'all can check out the other changes that you would like to see. And with that being said, I'm me+3, and I will see you soon. Goodbye for now.